Need listening.
So who said listening?
Abdurrahman.
Abdurrahman said listening. Okay. So we have Khawla. Khawla opted for writing. Abdurrahman opted for listening. Let me see how many people are there in here. Khawla. Okay, Rama, what would you like to do today?
لا listening صراحة.
Okay, so we have two people who opted for listening. And Hassan. Anything. Okay, Hassan really doesn't matter. So anything, I will add your vote to Khawla's. Okay, so we have two listening, two people who opted for listening, and two other students who opted for writing. Okay, so we'll be waiting for, I think there are some guys missing. So we'll be waiting for guy number 5 or number 6, and we will then decide. Rama, why do you like to do listening?
I like صراحة listening. It's يعني it's easy.
Okay, so I like it because it's easy.
Uh,
Okay. And what about the challenging things like writing? So what are you going to do later on?
yes, I can do, but not yeah, today.
Not
In other
today.
days.
Yeah,
in
today you're not in the mood to do listening.
yes.
You're not in the mood to do. Okay, no problem. So we'll be waiting for another person, and so we will decide. So because here we have 50-50.
Maybe Huda, it's absent.
Yeah, I think she's absent, or maybe she's late. I don't know. So we're gonna give her some time, and then we're gonna start. Okay, now let me get ready. I will look for the listening file. Maybe Huda will opt for listening. Okay, I think Huda is not here. No, well, Hassan said, well, anything. Khawla said listening. Okay, so I don't know. Khawla, is it okay if we do listening?
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah, because 50% of you said they would go for listening. And Hassan said, well, he really doesn't matter. So we're gonna do listening, otherwise they will not pay attention. I know these guys. Okay, cool. Okay, listening. So I think last time we did, I showed you how you can approach these types of questions. I mean, multiple choice questions. The first thing we need to do is to read the statement or the question. We need to highlight the keywords, okay, and we need to look for these keywords in the listening. So normally they come as synonyms or paraphrased expressions. Okay, that's what we talked about. And we talked about the elimination process for these types of questions, the first thing you need to do is to delete or rule out the definitely wrong answer until you are left with the correct one. Okay, we stopped here. We're going to carry on. Okay. Now, what type of question is this? What type of question is this?
Multiple choice.
Yeah, good. Yeah, this is an MCQ. Okay, it's a multiple choice question. And we talked about the listening strategy that you need to adopt. So is it the top-down approach, listening strategies, or the bottom-up? In other words, should you focus on the main idea or on the details?
The details.
Yeah,
Details.
okay. Yeah, so this is what you call the bottom-up listening strategies. Now, that's what you need to do, guys. Okay, so we need to focus on the details. Okay, now the announcer, this is the speaker, says that canoeing. Do you understand what a canoe is? What is a canoe?
سفينة القارب الصغير اللي في
Yeah, it's a type of what?
boat.
Boat. Yeah, it's a type of boat. Now, this is a kind of sport. So canoeing. Canoeing is, he said, safer than people think. Well, this is comparison. So people think that it is challenging, but in reality, it's safe. Or enjoyable. So people like it. For most people like it. So enjoyable for most people. And becoming more and more popular. Now it is gaining in popularity. Okay, the three things. Number two, the speaker says that canoes may be hard to steer. You understand the word steer? You know the steering wheel? The steering wheel in the car.
Yes, السكان.
Yes, yeah, to steer is the verb. Is to direct. Okay, to balance or to get going. So canoes may be hard to steer, balance, get going. Okay, so we're going to highlight the keywords. So here the announcer said that, well, this question is about canoeing. So is it safe or enjoyable or becoming popular? Okay, and this one, so canoes may be hard to steer, balance, or get going. Okay, so I'm going to play the recording. So this is track 13. Okay, let me share the sound first. Sharing. All right. Well, we said that this is track 13. Okay, are you ready to listen, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Track 13. Paddling around on a river in a small boat is not everyone's idea of fun, and it can sometimes be a lot riskier than you think. But more and more people are getting involved in this new sport and taking their boats onto dangerous rivers to enjoy what is called whitewater canoeing. Canoes, which are narrow boats to start with and usually hold only 1 or 2 people at the most, are particularly well known for being unstable and turning over in the water. Cynthia Barton, one of Britain's top canoeists, talks about what the sport is and how to get started if you're thinking of taking it up.
Okay. Now, those who said, well, today we would like to do listening. Did you get the answers? So for question number 1, is it A, B, or C? Question number 1.
B.
No, I can see B. I can hear B, C. Is there anyone who opted for A? Nobody.
لا
Nobody.
dangerous.
So what did you say, Khawla?
B. إنه قال dangerous ما قال safer.
Oh, so you opted for B?
Yes.
B. So enjoyable here means that many people like it.
Yes.
Did she say this?
Yes, enjoyable وبعد قال involve, people involve.
Okay, so involve and enjoyable. I heard a different answer. Hassan, what did you say? What did you choose?
B, the same as
What is it?
B.
B. Okay. Rama.
Oh, I said C, I think.
C, you think. And Abdurrahman.
B.
B.
بعد قال إن الناس people know about it يعني يمكن يكون بعد C.
Okay, so it seems to me that you are not sure whether it's B and C. Well, what is really good is that you ruled out A. Okay, it's not there. So B
No.
and C. Yeah, okay, so it's B and C. It's 50-50. Now, what are we going to do? You're going to listen again and make sure. So whether it's B or C, we listen.
Track 13. Paddling around on a river in a small boat is not everyone's idea of fun.
So it is not everyone's idea of fun.
يعني
Now,
C غلط.
huh?
C غلط.
Now, it's not everyone's idea of fun. Now, does this
ما كل
mean that?
العالم تستمتع فيه. أيوة يعني
يعني مو enjoy.
Yeah, so this is the opposite. So it's not everyone's idea of fun. Well, this should, okay, make you, delete this option. So because it's not everyone's idea of fun, means that it is not enjoyable by most people. Okay, so this is, okay, now we ruled out this one. We carry on.
And it can sometimes be a lot riskier than you think.
And it can sometimes be a lot riskier than you think. Is it safe?
no, it's not.
No, risky, well, means dangerous. Now we are left only with one option. But what do we need to do? We need to listen to the exact paraphrase, okay, to make sure that we came up with the correct answer. That's what you need to do, guys, okay?
But more and more people are getting involved in this new sport.
So she said more and more people are getting involved in this sport. Okay, there are more and more people now. They are becoming, and this is why here we have the ing, more popular. Okay, so any activity that people like, so we can call it as popular. Now this is the correct answer. So it's becoming more and more popular. Okay, so it's C. Now, number 2, the speaker says that canoes may be hard to steer, balance, or get going. What did you choose for this answer, for this question?
I think B.
B, to balance. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we will listen. So we will listen. So for those who have opted for balance, you can double check. For those who are not sure, so I will give you another chance to come up with the correct answer.
And taking their boats onto dangerous rivers to enjoy what is called whitewater canoeing. Canoes, which are narrow boats to start with and usually hold only 1 or 2 people at the most, are particularly well known for being unstable. And
so they are well known for being unstable. Okay, now we will get, yeah, this is one piece of information. She's going to provide some explanation maybe. So we need to listen.
And turning over in the water.
So, and turning over in the water. Now this is what they are known for. Okay. Unstable, and they turn over into water. You know turnover?
يعني بجور.
Yeah. Yeah, to capsize. Capsize, you turn over, so it gets, upside down. ينقلبوا. So the speaker says that canoes may be hard to, is it to steer or to balance or to get going?
Steer.
Yeah, not to steer. To steer is to direct them to the left or to the right. Now that's to steer. But they are they are unstable. So it means maybe they are hard, to balance. Okay. So because if you do not maintain this balance, what will happen? The boat or the canoe will capsize. It will turn over. ينقلب. So here, so we need to go for B as an answer. Okay, great. Now, question number 14. Listen and answer questions 3 to 6. Now, if you have a question, okay, like this one on test day, how many marks is it worth?
How many?
3,
How many marks?
4,
Is it 4 marks or 3 marks?
4 marks.
Okay, we have a question number 3. 1,
أيوة.
4, 5, and 6. Yeah, it is worth 4 marks. Okay. For each answer, you will get 1 mark. Okay, good. Now, first of all, we need to read the questions and we need to highlight the keywords. And then we're going to listen. Now, where does the term white water canoeing come from? Now, this is the origin of the term, which is white water canoeing. So, and you can see here that, you have this foam and it's white. So, and here we're looking for the origin of the term white water canoeing. Well, A, the type of river that is chosen, it's because of the type of river, or about the effect of the paddles. Now, these are called paddles. You know them, right?
Yes.
Okay, like the oars, yes. The paddles on the water, the effect of the paddles, because you got to be paddling very fast. So maybe you create, some froth and foam. So this is why we call this white water canoeing. Or maybe the speed at which the boat travels, the speed at which the boat travels. So we have 3 options. So I'd like you to focus and try to come up with the correct answer. And as I said before, you will not hear the same words, okay? So you will hear 2 paraphrases to the same idea, but in other words. And for questions 4 to 6, circle 3 letters, A to G. Which 3 things does Cynthia recommend to buy to get started? So here she recommends something, okay, this canoeist. Now, canoeist is somebody who, yes, so who, I don't know, sails a canoe. Okay, now, low budget canoe. Low budget, what does it mean?
يعني
رخيص.
Yes, it is a cheap. Yeah, so cheap, low budget. You don't have to spend a lot of money on that. Okay, so this is a cheap. So it is CHEAP. Okay, and then protective headgear. Now here you can see a protective headgear. Do you have any a what?
خوذة.
Yeah, in English, what is it?
Safety hat.
Helmet.
Safety hat. Helmet. Who said helmet?
Rama.
Yeah, very good. Wallah, mashallah. This is why you like listening. Okay, great. Yeah, it could be a helmet. Okay, that is something to protect your head. Okay, now, because as I told you before, guys, the problem with this type of a question, it will be paraphrased. Most of the time, it will be paraphrased. Okay, now, and what do you need to do? So you need to predict what type of word, or for example, what synonym or what other expressions are they going to say. So if you predict this, you are likely to get the correct answer. Now, and a waterproof jacket. You understand waterproof, right?
ضد الماء.
Yeah, okay. So water won't get inside. Okay. Waterproof jacket and short-sleeved wetsuit. Do you understand short sleeves?
Yes.
Yeah, for example, if you have a shirt, qamis, you have long sleeve and you have a short sleeve.
Short
Okay.
sleeve.
Yes, so the t-shirt.
أكمام طويلة وأكمام قصيرة.
بالضبط. Long sleeve sweater. Now this is a sweater. You know what a sweater is, right?
جاكيت نفس الجاكيت الخفيف.
Yes, يعني هو زي القميص بس المغلوق مغلق. Rubber boots. Okay, you know the boots.
بس
And
ربع.
the gloves. You know the gloves.
قفازات.
Okay, great. Now here she recommends 3 things. What are they? Now, as I told you before, she might come up with other items that are not mentioned on this list. No problem, okay? But here I said maybe some of the here the items are not in the right order. So be careful. Now we read all of them. We almost know all of them, okay? So we're gonna listen and make sure to choose only the correct answers. Okay, we're gonna get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Track 14.
A lot of people may be familiar with what I call recreational canoeing. That's where you take a canoe out onto a nice calm river with a picnic and have a relaxing time. But if you're doing whitewater canoeing, then you're doing something very different. Whitewater canoeing actually gets its name from the fact that when you do it, you've got to be paddling very rapidly through the water. And when you're doing that, you make a lot of froth and bubbles and the water looks white. First of all, you will need to think about equipment. You'll need to get yourself a good canoe, and these can set you back anything from £500 to £1,500, depending on the material they're made of. Personally, I wouldn't go for a cheap one, although obviously this depends on your budget. And to protect yourself against rocks when you fall out of the canoe, and believe me, you will fall out, you'll need a good quality helmet. It needs to meet certain government standards, so make sure you go to a reputable supplier. And there's no point, particularly as a beginner, in wearing anything but a wetsuit. That's a must. I'd recommend one with short sleeves rather than long sleeves. Then you'll have to get a life jacket too, and I would also suggest that you get yourself a pair of river shoes. These are made out of the same material as the wetsuit. Some people think that ordinary rubber boots will do, but they're much too loose and fill up with water. It is also essential to wear something to protect your hands from the paddles and stop them from being rubbed.
Okay, now before we share the answers, what's your take on this activity? Now, is it average, difficult, or easy?
Average.
Average. Okay. Who thinks that they got all the answers? Is there any one of you who thinks they got all the answers?
Inshallah, me.
Inshallah, mumkin. Okay. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, guys, so we're going to listen again, and I will pause when the question is answered.
Track 14.
A lot of people may be familiar with what I call recreational canoeing. That's where you take a canoe out onto a nice calm river with a picnic and have a relaxing time. But if you're doing...
Okay, now this piece of information, it is irrelevant, meaning that it won't help me answer the question, okay? But it is always nice, or, you know, you have to listen to the context, okay? It might be useful.
Whitewater canoeing, then you're doing something very different. Whitewater canoeing actually gets its name from the fact that when...
So he said, gets its name, and here this is name or term, so they are the same thing. You need to pay attention. She will answer the question.
When you do it, you've got to be paddling very rapidly through the water. And when you're doing that, you make a lot of froth and bubbles and...
Okay, so you got to paddle rapidly, and when doing that, okay, you do, you know, yes, bubbles and froth. Now, this is the B. Now, the effect of the paddles on the water. So this is the correct answer. So I will mark it.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, has everyone found this answer? Has everyone answered this question correctly, guys?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Mumtaz. Rama,
And
you answered it correctly or not?
صراحة لا.
Okay. Next time when you tell me, well, I would like to have listening today, I will not respond to you positively. Okay. Now here, three things. So we listen.
the water looks white. First of all, you will need to think about equipment. You'll need to get yourself a good canoe, and these can set you back anything from £500 to £1,500, depending on the material they're made of. Personally, I wouldn't go for a cheap one.
So she said, personally, I wouldn't go for a cheap one. Now, does she recommend a low budget canoe?
No.
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 Okay. So here we are dead sure that no. Okay, now let's look for the second item, which is the protective headgear.
Although obviously this depends on your budget. and to protect yourself against rocks when you fall out of the canoe. And believe me, you will fall out. You'll need a good quality helmet.
So she said you need a good quality helmet. Yeah,
Helmet.
so helmet is a
See.
protective gear. Rama, that's sure. Okay, you got the correct answer here, right?
Yes, والله هذا correct.
I will tell you why, because you are good at predicting, because you said helmet. Okay, now when you predict and you hear the same word, okay, so chances are you gonna get the correct answer. This is why I asked you guys, okay, so before you do this exercise, while reading, going through the questions, okay, try to predict the word that you might hear in the reading. It's very important. Now, this is what you call active listening. Now, a waterproof jacket. Now, let's have a listen.
It needs to meet certain government standards, so make sure you go to a reputable supplier. And there's no point, particularly as a beginner, in wearing anything but a wetsuit. That's a must. I'd recommend one with short sleeves rather than long sleeves.
Okay, she said a wetsuit.
Short
Yeah,
sleeve.
with a short. I recommend one with a short sleeve. That's what she said.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, okay, great. So I will just rewind it a bit.
And one with short sleeves rather than long sleeves. Then you'll have to get a life jacket too, and
So a life jacket is not mentioned here, okay?
Yes.
I would also suggest that you get yourself a pair of river shoes.
So you get yourself a pair of river shoes. Now these are rubber
Not
boots.
Not
Okay.
the rubber.
Yeah,
rubber
she will
boots.
explain.
These are made out of the same material as the wetsuit. Some people think that ordinary rubber boots will do, but they're much too loose.
Okay, now that's what people think, but they are much too loose. Rubber boots are not recommended.
And fill
يعني
up with
تعبى
water.
مي.
It is also essential to wear something to protect your hands.
So something to protect your hand is what?
Yes,
Gloves.
it's
Gloves. Okay, gloves. Okay, great. Now these are the three things. And who got all the correct? Who got all the answers, guys?
خولة.
Khawla, very good, excellent. Ahsan. Now we have another MCQ. According to Cynthia, serious canoeists take risks on purpose. Okay, it means that they love dangerous sports or extreme sports. They love it. They take risks on purpose. Okay, you know, on purpose?
هدف.
Deliberately. لا, deliberately يعني ايش؟ يعني they take something هم قاصدين هذا الشيء. Okay, I will write here. So on purpose, it means intentionally.
ما فهمت.
You know intentional? عن
لا.
قصد. عن قصد.
يعني يعرضون نفسهم للخطر.
إيه نعم. Intentionally. Okay, so they enjoy this. Okay, or we can say intentionally or we can say deliberately. Okay, I will write both words. They are important, guys. So intentionally or deliberately. Okay. Now, if you do something on purpose, it means that it was your intention to do it. Okay? يعني مو أنت بالغلط عملته. لا. It was intentional. Okay. These people, they enjoy risky sports. Okay? And you know, all extreme sports, they are enjoyed by many people. Okay, so they do this on purpose. They like it. Okay, prefer to teach people in the winter. Now here we're talking about serious canoeists. Well, they take risks on purpose, or they prefer to teach people in the winter, or they avoid rivers that are too high. They avoid the. Okay, so what is true about serious canoeists? Okay, so I'm gonna play the recording.
Track 15.
The popular rivers are in fact graded from 1 to 6 in the same way that ski runs are graded to tell people just how flat or steep they are. Once you're an expert, which can take some time, you can of course try anything. And really serious canoeists who want a real challenge go out a lot more in the winter when the water level is high and deliberately look for the most dangerous rivers. Whatever you say about this sport, it is never dull. Generally, it's a fantastic sport for the...
Okay, now Can you answer the
B.
question?
B.
B. Excellent. Yeah. So she said they no, B.
أيوة B.
A.
No. My goodness.
Track 15.
The popular rivers are in fact graded from 1 to 6 in the same way that ski runs are graded to tell people just how flat or steep they are. Once you're an expert, which can take some time, you can of course try anything. And really serious canoeists who want
No, this is the answer. And really serious canoes.
إيه.
Now, ده لسه ما سمعنا عنها بس now you need to pay attention, okay? Because she said serious canoes. She's going to say something about them, okay? Okay, I repeat this.
and really serious canoeists who want a real challenge go out a lot more in the winter when the water level is high and deliberately look for the most dangerous rivers.
So they deliberately look for the most dangerous rivers. Now they take risk on purpose. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so they deliberately, she said, well, okay, they look for rivers that are really too high, okay, because they avoid and they prefer to teach. They are not talking about teaching people here. Okay, they're talking about serious canoeists who would like to take the challenge. And so they really deliberately take, you know, the risk. Okay, so here we have to mark this as correct. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, now this is number 4, section number 4. No, here I talk about the textbook. Okay, so this is section 4, following a description, diagrams, maps, or plans. Now maybe on test day, so you're gonna have in the listening, so like a diagram or a map or a plan, and you need to follow the description. Okay, so how are you going to do this? So it's not difficult, guys. Okay, but here, I think we talked about this one, but not about maps. Let me enlarge this one. Okay. Now this is a map. What kind of map is this?
For the city.
Yeah, it's a road map. Okay. Now here, before you listen to the recording, so what do you need to do? You need to familiarize yourself with some of the names. So as you can see here on the left, sorry, on the right side,
Right
so we have,
corner.
yes, Neptune Avenue, and we have Moon Crescent. Okay, now these are the names of the roads. And we have Tudor Park, we have Box Lane, we have Beach Road, we have the Square, Cedar Square, we have Marble Street, we have J Lane, Diner Road, Port Lane, okay, Fish Market, Sea Life Center, Dance Center, Theme Park School. Okay, you need to familiarize yourself with these names. And here you have a compass, okay, and it shows you 4 directions: the north and the south, the east and the west. Okay, sometimes there is no compass. The north is your head. Your head is always the north. Your feet are the south, and your right is the east, and your left is the west. Is it clear? If you don't have a compass, that's the way you should do it. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Now, what are we going to do here? Here we need to come up with the names of these places. Now, A, B, C, D, and E. And I told you these are letters, and they are not, usually they are not in the right order. Okay, they do not follow the same order of the listening. Now the speaker is going to give you some directions. Okay, so you can walk like this. You can walk this one, what you call westward. Okay, so you can walk west on Marble Street, or you can walk eastward or east on this street. Okay, so you can go left, you turn right. You need to follow the directions so that you can answer these questions. Okay. Let me have a look at the questions. So I think we have four of them. Okay, yes. So listen and say which places each label represents. So We need to come up with A. What is A, B, C, D, and E? Okay. Now, okay. So we will listen to the recording.
Track 16. Coming from Tudor Park,
Now, what did she say? Coming from
Student park.
Tudor Park. Well, this is Tudor Park. We are somewhere here. Okay. We need to follow the directions. So let me write these up first. Okay. Otherwise, you will get confused. Okay, now coming from Tudor Park. Well, this is Tudor Park. Okay, next step. What are we supposed to do? Listen.
walk west along Marble Street,
So she said, walk west along Marble Street. Now this is the west. So in the direction of the west, west along Marble Street. Now we are here and we should walk west along. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because we're going to do number 1 together, and I will leave you to your own devices to do number 2 up to 5. Okay.
past Cedar Square,
But she said past Cedar Square. Now this is Cedar Square. Past means beyond it. Okay, we are here now because she said past. Okay, bijanibihi yani. Okay, so bijanibihi, past Cedar Square. Okay,
and a set of traffic lights.
and a set of traffic
Traffic
lights.
lights.
Yeah, these are the traffic lights. Okay, we need to go past. Okay, so beyond them. Great. Then
Turn left into
what did she say? Turn
Turn left.
left. Okay, now this is the way you should turn. There are some people, because they are stressed out on the day of the exam, they would turn right and they would find themselves walking here on the grass. Be careful, guys. Okay, so turn left. Okay, into, and she said into Port Lane. Okay, the directions are very clear.
Port Lane, and the library is a circular building in
Well, she said the library is
Circular building.
right. This is one indication. So what is this?
Circle building library.
Library. Okay, so is there any other indication? Listen.
the middle of Port Lane.
She said in the middle of Port
Middle.
Lane. Well, this is the middle. Okay. And there's still another indication.
Opposite the dance centre.
And it is opposite,
Opposite.
مقابل the dancer.
Oh.
How many indications?
شن-
Yani directions. How many directions did she give you?
Maybe 4.
3 directions. So she said, well, the library is a
Left.
circular building. This is 1. In the middle of Port Lane, this is 2. Opposite the
Opposite.
dance center, well, this is 3. Okay. Now,
Yes.
if after 3 indications and you get it wrong, so it means that you deserve failing your test. Okay. So what we're going to do, so we're going to mark this as, or we're going to write library. Okay. Library. Okay. Now, you will hear, I will play it twice, okay, and try to come up with the name of the building or whatever. So you will listen twice. بسمعكم مرتين.
Go east along Marble Street, past Saxon Road, and there's a statue in the middle of Cedar Square. Why don't we meet there?
Okay, I will repeat it.
Marble Street, past Saxon. Go east along Marble Street, past Saxon Road, and there's a statue in the middle of Cedar Square. Why don't we meet there?
Okay, what is this? So the C, what is it?
Cedar Square.
Yeah, no, not Cedar Square. Well, here there's something
Statue.
inside Cedar Square. Something inside it. I will repeat.
Studio.
Saxon Road, and there's a statue
I
in.
will repeat.
Go east along
Statue.
Marble Street.
So go east along Marble Street. Well, this is Marble Street, but we need to go backward, east along. Okay, this is Marble Street. Then,
Past Saxon Road.
no, this is Saxon Road. He said past Saxon Road.
Saxon Road.
Yes,
Oh.
past, بعده. Okay, بجانبي. Okay, then.
And there's a statue in the middle of Cedar Square.
So here, there's some.
Statue.
Okay,
Choose
how do you spell statue?
statue.
How do you spell it?
statue.
Yeah, statue. Now that's a statue, okay? And it is in the middle of Cedar Square. Now, a statue is like do you know the Statue of Liberty in the US? تمثال الحرية? Yeah, statue or تمثال. Okay. Now there is a statue in the middle of Cedar Square. Okay, cool. Now number 3.
Square. Why don't we meet there?
The hospital is a square building on the corner of Moon Crescent and Marble Street.
Okay, now what is it?
A.
A. So it is a square building in the middle of in the corner of Moon Crescent. This is Moon Crescent and Marble Street. Well, this is the hospital.
Hospital.
Yeah, so I will write an H here. That's the hospital, and here we have a statue. I will write S, and this one was the library. Okay, we are left with E and D now.
D.
Okay.
To get to the tennis courts, you go east along Beach Road, past the fish market, and they're on your right.
Tennis.
To get to the tennis courts, you
to get to
Tennis court.
Tennis court.
Very good. Okay, so I will spell this word here. I will write it. So the tennis court.
T-E-N-N-I-S.
Yes. Okay, now court here, it could be a place where people play sport, like for example, I think the basketball court or tennis court, but we say football pitch. Okay, the court, it has another meaning like the law court, المحكمة. But if you say tennis courts, مش محاكم التنس. لا. ملاعب التنس. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, and the last one, I think D here. What do you think D is? Can you make any? Yes, any guesses?
Entertainment شيء حق maybe cafe ولا شيء.
والله ما شاء الله عليك يا اخوي انت والله.
ليش تشوك؟
يا هو صح كلامك يعني you got it right تقريبا والله. اوكي.
في بارك.
في بارك, yes, so she said, well, here park, it could be a cafe. Okay. Now, this is why, guys, this is what you call the schematic level of listening. Okay. So you try to use your prior knowledge. It may help you on the day of the exam. Okay, because it's a park. I don't think you want to find a disco there. No. Okay. So we listen.
go east along Beach Road, past the fish market, and they're on your right.
Go south down Box Lane, and the cafe is on the corner of Tudor Park, opposite the Sea Life Centre.
So what is it?
Cafe.
Cafe. How do you spell cafe?
C-A-F-E.
C-A-F-E. That's it. Okay, that's a French word. Yes.
نقدر نحطيه فوق الشخبة.
L'accent, very good, yes. Un accent français. هذه رامة بتفهم. Right, okay, good. Right. Now, how did you find this? Easy, average, or difficult?
بين الإيزي والأفرج.
No, okay, anyways. Right. This is another exercise, okay, of the same type, but here it is easier than, I think it's easier than the one we just did. Because here, what do you need to do? You're going to label, okay, these places.
Letters.
Car park, yeah, so we're going to write only the letters. So here maybe, if you're not good at spelling, well, this exercise is good for you. Car park, domestic terminal, lifts, regional terminal. Now, this is the map. This is the airport map, okay? Now, what do you call these places, guys? Now, this one, three what?
البوابات terminal.
Yeah, terminals, 3 terminals. Okay, we have this one, F, and then we have A, and then we have D. Yes, okay. And here we have E, and here we have H. Now, as I said before, if we try to apply our schematic knowledge or prior knowledge, we can make some guesses or informed guesses. Now, what do you think the car park is?
E. Maybe.
What is it?
Maybe E.
E. Maybe E. A.
ما أعتقد A لأن ال A في الطيارات.
Maybe H. Maybe, yes, maybe. So maybe A or H. But normally the car park, is it big or small?
Big.
Because here you see, if you're coming from the city, okay? So
Yes بس هلا ايه هو المطار المفروض كبير.
okay, back. Okay.
يمكن.
Okay. Okay, great. Now here I'm trying to
ليش هاي walk way يعني parking way. إيه.
Yes, you see, this is a walkway, she said. So this cannot be the airport. It can't be the airport because there is a walkway, and this is what you call the airport. Okay?
شو يعني left؟
Left اليسار.
المسار لا هاي
رقم
3
رقم 3.
Left.
يعني
المسار.
Yeah, if you live, for
المصاعد.
example, no. If you live on the second floor, or
Yes.
if you live on the third floor, how can you get to,
المصعد يعني.
how can you get,
مصعد.
yes, how can you get to your
Okay.
apartment? Yes, so this is
Okay.
مصاعد, lifts. Okay.
الاتش يمكن مصاعد.
Lifts هم المصاعد, yes. Or elevated. Okay, anyways, here we're looking for the car park. You said it could be H, it could be E, but it can never be A. Okay, then the domestic, so which is inside the country. That's what you call domestic. For example, if you're talking about domestic flights, we can talk about flights from Abu Dhabi to Ajman. Okay, these are called domestic flights. I know we don't have them.
مطار الداخلي.
داخلي.
داخل. And regional al-Aqlimi. So if you're talking about flights, yes, to
الدولي.
Saudi Arabia, for example, to Oman, هذا كلهم يسمى regional flights. Okay? And then we have international flights اللي هم الدولي الكبير. Okay.
دولي.
Okay, great. Now we're gonna have a listen.
Track 17.
The airport has 3 terminals which are joined together to form one large building shaped rather like a crescent. If you're coming from the city by car, you'll see a big cargo building on your left as you approach the airport, and then the car park is a rectangular building beyond this. You can park your car there and then make your way back into the terminals using the pedestrian walkway. For those who arrive from the city by bus, there are 2 bus stops at the airport. If you are flying to a city within Australia, you should get off at the first bus stop opposite the first building on your right. This is the domestic terminal, where all the flights to the major cities within Australia leave from. If you are going overseas, you will need to go to the international terminal, which is in the centre of the complex, so get off at the next bus stop. This terminal has a long, narrow concourse leading down to the departure gates. When you walk into the international terminal through the main entrance, you'll find yourself in a large hall where you check in for your flight. The toilets are on the left side of the concourse, and there are lifts leading up to the next floor on the right. You'll find a variety of restaurants and bars on the first floor and shops selling clothes and souvenirs. But remember, there are strict hand luggage limitations, so don't buy more than you can carry in one bag. If you are flying to one of the small country towns, you will need to go to the regional terminal at the north end of the airport. Facilities are limited in this terminal, but there is a small cafe where you can buy sandwiches and wait for your flight. To hear this information again, press 1 on your keypad.
Okay, would you like to press 1 or there's no need for this?
One more.
No, because
أنا ما
it's
لقيت.
if you need further information, okay, press 1. Well, press 1, so it means that you did not get all the answers. Okay. Okay. We will listen to this one more time, no problem. Guys, can you see the questions here? Can you see them?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I have this one, the application on. Okay, we listen again.
Track 17.
The airport has 3 terminals which are joined together to form one large building shaped rather like a crescent. If you're coming from the city by car, you'll see a big cargo building on your left as you approach the airport, and then the car park is a rectangular building beyond this. You can park your car there and then make your way back into the terminals using the pedestrian walkway. For those who arrive from the city by bus, there are 2 bus stops at the airport. If you are flying to a city within Australia, you should get off at the first bus stop opposite the first building on your right. This is the domestic terminal, where all the flights to the major cities within Australia leave from. If you are going overseas, you will need to go to the international terminal, which is in the centre of the complex, so get off at the next bus stop. This terminal has a long, narrow concourse leading down to the departure gates. When you walk into the international terminal through the main entrance, you'll find yourself in a large hall where you check in for your flight. The toilets are on the left side of the concourse, and there are lifts leading up to the next floor on the right. You'll find a variety of restaurants and bars on the first floor and shops selling clothes and souvenirs. But remember, there are strict hand luggage limitations, so don't buy more than you can carry in one bag. If you are flying to one of the small country towns, you will need to go to the regional terminal at the north end of the airport. Facilities are limited in this terminal, but there is a small cafe where you can buy sandwiches and wait for your flight. To hear this information again, press 1 on your keypad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, which letter do you think the car park is?
E.
E. Rama. We
Kaman
good?
E. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So because you predicted it was H. Okay. E. We're good. Okay.
بس هو قال لحظة بس هو قال إنه أول شيء على الليفت في كمان كار.
This is the cargo. Cargo يعني الشحن.
أوكي.
Okay.
يعني
Not.
H.
Yes.
H
Cargo.
cargo.
Yes.
أيوة.
Okay. Now I will write cargo here. Okay. Now this is for, like what you call freight in English. The شحن كله cargo. Okay. Now this is not for car park. Well, this one is the car park, and here we have the walkway. Okay. Good. Then the domestic terminal. Where is it? Which
F.
one?
F.
F.
أي.
Okay. Great. And lifts.
D.
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 Very good.
D.
And what are C here? What do we have?
Bathroom. Bathroom.
Yes.
Toilet.
Toilets. Yes.
قال opposite. Okay.
Because here, on the left, the toilets, and on the right. Now,
And
this is your
on
right.
the right.
Yes. And the original, this is D, sorry. Okay.
B,
And the
آخر.
original terminal,
B.
Okay, great. Mumtaz. Okay. Now, here we have the same thing. We have some instructions, because here she said you need to travel by. Well, get off. This is the imperative. Okay, so these are instructions. So you have to predict the type of word. So we have already done this before. And here, no more than 3 words. I told you that when they say no more than 3 words. Now that's probably that one of the answers will require 3 words. Okay, but most of them will be either 1 or 2 words. Now, how to get to the Peace Hotel? And these are instructions. Now you need to travel by. Now here we need to make some predictions. What do we need here?
Transportation.
Yeah, so it's a means of transportation. Now the second thing you need to think of is what could it be? If you say you need to travel by.
Plane, car, bus, train.
Okay, and here we have get off.
Hotel inside.
Here we have get
يعني.
off.
Get off after.
Yeah, can we get off? Can we get off a bike?
لا الطائرة plane.
Yeah, it could be a plane. And then you get off the plane. Okay, and you are here. How to get the Peace Hotel? Do you need a plane to go to the Peace Hotel?
No, hotel inside the country. أنا
Yes.
هسه قلت ترى.
Yeah, well, you
كيف
have.
نروح بالطيارة حق من
Yeah, you have to
داخل.
consider all. You have to read the text carefully in order to predict. Okay, so okay. Anyways, so you need to travel by. It could be what could it be?
Taxi, metro, car.
Metro, car, taxi. Okay,
Taxi.
Taxi.
get
Bus.
off after Now get off after what?
time لازم يكون.
After time?
لا مو time يعني.
يعني اللاينز.
Okay, now if you're traveling by bus and they tell you
Station.
get off after 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes the bus didn't stop.
Stop.
What you gonna do?
Station.
Open the window and throw yourself out of it or what? Yeah, so get off after what? What did you say, Khawla?
حق الستيشنات يعني يكون في
Yeah, maybe the number of stations. Okay, so maybe, okay, bus stops, number of bus stops, maybe, I don't know. At the People's Square and walk along Nanjing Road East. There's no on this road. Now, what can you find on the road? And it must be singular because he said there is no, mush there are no. What can you find on the road?
could be traffic lights.
Traffic, okay, maybe traffic. Traffic lights, no. There are no traffic lights. There is no. We can say there is no traffic on the road. Yes, so you can say this. Eventually, which means in the end, you will get to the Bund and the Peace Hotel is on the what?
location.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a location or direction. It's on the, what could it be? It's on the what?
مكان ما. Place.
On the what? Because here we have on the
street.
On the street. Can you say, for example, is on the left, on the right? Can we say this?
Yes.
Yeah, we can say because we have the preposition on. It could be on the left, on the right. Okay. Then now the entrance to the tourist tunnel is the hotel. So here it's the entrance to the tourist tunnel. While we're looking for a location. Now it could be is the hotel. Yeah, we're looking for a prepositional place. Okay, now what are we going to do, guys? So we're gonna listen and don't forget that you need to write no more than 3 words, okay? Let me go to the listening clip. Okay.
Track 18.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get from the Jing'an Temple to the Peace Hotel?
Yes. The best way to get from the temple to the hotel is to take the metro. It's really much faster than taking a taxi or a bus. You travel 2 stops and get off at the People's Square. When you come up to street level, you just walk along Nanjing Road East.
Oh, yes, I've heard of Nanjing Road. Is that the pedestrian mall?
Yes, that's right. So there's no traffic there, which is good. The mall is packed with people and there are all sorts of shops to see there. New buildings, old buildings, you name it. Anyway, at the end of the mall is an area called the Bund, and the Peace Hotel is on the left-hand corner of this. There's a pedestrian tunnel which runs under the Huangpu River, known as the Tourist Tunnel, and the entrance is just outside the hotel. The tunnel comes up at the Oriental Pearl Radio and TV Tower, which is one of the most famous landmarks in Shanghai.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, it was very difficult. Okay, did you get all the answers, guys?
Yes.
I think so.
You think so? Okay, mumtaz, mumtaz. Okay, so we're gonna listen again, and I will stop at every answer.
Track 18.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get from the Jing'an Temple to the Peace Hotel?
Yes. The best way to get
Well, here she said you need to travel. So it could be paraphrased as the best way. Okay, you need to travel the best way.
from the temple to the hotel is to take the metro.
Take what?
Metro.
Yeah, so here we have travel by metro, and in the listening we heard take the metro. Okay, so we will write metro. Okay, now this is the way you should spell metro, and I told you if you misspell it, you will have 0. Now get off after. Okay, we will listen. Yes, good.
It's really much faster than taking a taxi or a bus. You travel 2 stops
Yeah, you said you travel 2 stops
and get off at
and get off. So here, after 2 stops.
Shops. Oh.
Yeah, we said we agreed that we need to write numbers in
2
digits.
stops.
Yes, stops.
Stop.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna carry on.
the People's Square. When you come up to street level, you just walk along Nanjing Road East.
Oh, yes, I've heard of Nanjing Road. Is that the pedestrian mall?
Yes, that's right. So there's no traffic there, which
So there is no
Traffic.
traffic. Okay, great. So there's no traffic there. Okay. So far, so good, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Now, eventually, now it means at the end or at the end of something. Now that's eventually, and these are keywords. You need to follow them so that you can follow your way through the paragraph here.
is good. The mall is packed with people and there are all sorts of shops to see there. New buildings, old buildings, you name it. Anyway, at the end of the mall is an area called the Bund, and the Peace Hotel is on the left-hand corner of this.
What is this?
Left.
Yeah, so this is your left hand corner.
يعني نكتب left hand ولا بس
Left hand.
No, it must be left hand corner, but not left hand. On the left hand is wrong.
أنا كتبت left.
وأنا
ما
كمان
ينفع.
كتبت left.
ما ينفع.
يعني غلط.
This is why here they said in the instruction no more than 3 words. I told you guys. So when you have this type of instruction, so be dead sure that one of the answers you cannot get them less in fewer than three words. No. So it must be like this: left hand corner, right hand corner. Okay, so here because left hand it describes the corner. Now, if you wrote only on the corner, that's wrong. Which corner? Is it the left hand or the right hand? This is an adjective. Okay, left hand corner. Now the entrance to the tourist tunnel is. This is the last question.
There's a pedestrian tunnel which runs under the Huangpu River, known as the tourist tunnel, and the entrance is just outside the hotel.
Okay, what should we write here?
Outside.
Yeah, we can. Normally it is just outside, but if you wrote outside the hotel, no problem. No problem. No, I think I have a spelling mistake here.
Outside.
Okay. Outside, yes. So just outside the hotel. Now here, if you wrote outside without a just, no problem. Because it just is an adverb here, okay? Great. Now this is a, I think a test. Yeah, a test. Now we have 10 questions, I told you. This is supposed to be maybe section number 2, okay? So you might have a map or something like a map, okay? And these are the questions 1 to 5, the instructions. Now complete the summary. Now that's what you call a summary. Now, just like the one we just did now, this is a summary, okay? So you might have a summary. And the second part of the section is about this, you know, a map, okay? You have to label this map, okay, or plan. Now, before we do this, we have to pay attention to the instruction, no more than 3 words and or a number. Now, what should this tell you if you have no more than 3 words?
يعني ما نكتب أكثر من 3.
No. I told you, yeah, okay. So you should not write.
يعني عادي الإجابة تكون فيها رقم وكلمة.
Yeah, okay, but this means that one of the answers, okay, you cannot give the answer in fewer than 3 words. So I told you this. Yani one of the answers will require 3 words. Is it clear?
Yes.
So this is why you have to pay attention. So it could be number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay, and in the second part, so what are you going to do? You're going to label this plan. You have, what is the most important thing here to you guys?
Read the names.
Okay, you have to read the names and pay particular attention to the numbers. Now look here, we have number 6. It is somehow hidden. Okay, be careful. So number 6 is here and it's outside the plan. What could it be? Oh, we don't know. So here we have the entrance, we have the hillside, and here we have the pool, and it's circular. So pay attention to the description. we have a changing rooms, we have the gift shop, and here we have, you know, like umbrellas, whatever. Okay, and here we have a building or I don't know, it's like a type of house, and
Maybe
it's not
cafe.
surrounded by trees. Now pay attention to the description. I told you this. And here we have number 10, and here we have the water slides, and here is a building, small building. Okay, now we have the lifeguards hut. Do you understand? Do you understand what the hut is, right?
وين الهات؟
Hut. Now it is a wooden building. عبارة عن كوخ.
الهات HUT.
Yes,
Okay.
not hat. It's a hut. Yes,
هات.
a hut. Yes, okay. Now then we have a parent viewing area. This is the area where parents can, you know, monitor
Waiting.
their kids. Yes, viewing. They view. Okay. Then first aid center. Sunbathing area. This is a place where people sunbathe. Sunbathe when you take off your clothes and you expose your body to the sun. Poolside bar. We have, you know what a bar is, right?
Yes.
It is a place that serves alcoholic drinks. And the coach park. What is a coach? We have seen this word before.
مدرب.
لا, it is a park. ما ينفع coach park مدرب يعني بارك المدرب. The coach I told you is a bus. It's a comfortable bus. Is it clear?
Yes.
Hey, يعني هذا الباص المكيف واحد. That's what you call a coach. And the pay kiosk here. Pay kiosk. Kiosk هو كشك. And the adult pool. Now, adult is for people whose age is above maybe 15 or something. Okay, the adult pool. Okay, now you need to label the plan here. So this is a test. So I'm not going to stop the recording, guys. So please take a piece of paper and a pen, or if you want to open a Word document or on your cellular phone, whatever, write 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10. And you need to record all the answers, and then later on, when we're done with the listening, so we will share the answers and see who has scored the best. But here, as I said before, you should not get less than 7. If you get less than 7, there's a problem, guys. Okay, now tell me when you're ready.
We are ready.
You should write the numbers first, guys.
Track 19.
The Hillside Water Park is an ideal place for anyone who wants to have fun and cool down during the
No, before we listen, so we need to read the questions here. We haven't read them. Now, the water park is situated. Now, do you know any other word for situated?
Located.
Located, yes. So we can say located or is found. The same thing. Now, the park is found in the, and here we have a noun. Okay, and yesterday there is a student who wanted to know about words coming before the noun. So here, what are we looking for?
Noun.
Wallah. This is a noun. What should precede the noun?
adverb ما ادري شو قال.
The adjective, الصفة.
Adjective.
Yes. So we saw this yesterday. So you need to predict the type of word. So we need an adjective, something that describes the area. Now the water park is situated in the area of the town. I don't know which area, but we need a kind of description. And you can get there on foot. So instead of going on foot, what can you say?
Walk.
Yeah, you can walk there. So we can, now these are the types of words that you need to predict, guys. Okay, so it will help you follow through the listening. Now, but this takes about
minutes.
Yeah, so here we're looking
Number.
for time. Yes, so in maybe in terms of numbers.
Number.
Time. Okay. Then there are regular buses from the
area to area.
Place.
yeah place. So we're looking for a place. Okay, and I told you before. Now, if you're looking for a place and the name of the place has been offered, so you should think of capitalizing your words. Okay, And the most, and be careful here, the most direct, well, that's a superlative, is the number. What are you looking for?
ليش
Number, right? The most
Yes.
direct is the number. I don't know which number. Okay. Taxis are also available. They are available. Okay. You can find a taxi easily, no problem. But they are not. So we need another adjective. So can you think of any adjective? So they are available. You can grab a taxi, but they are not.
not cheap or expensive.
Maybe they are not cheap. Yeah. So maybe they are not cheap. Okay, cool. Okay, now we're gonna listen.
Track 19.
The Hillside Water Park is an ideal place for anyone who wants to have fun and cool down during the hot summer months. It is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and the enthusiastic staff are ready to help you enjoy your visit. So, how do you get there? The park can be found in the northern part of Sunshine City and sits on a hill directly overlooking the tourist area and beach, which is how it gets its name. If you are staying in one of the local hotels, you can walk to the park, but it will take about half an hour, and of course, it's all uphill. So you may prefer to go by public transport. The local buses will take you there for a small charge, and these run every 15 minutes from the Grand Hotel. The number 45 takes you through the market and then up to the water park. This is a more scenic route and takes a little longer than the number 57 bus, which goes straight along Beach Road, turns left into Cricket Street, and then arrives within 10 minutes at the park entrance. Alternatively, you can take a taxi, and if you are in a group or family, this is probably the best option. However, don't expect your cab to be air-conditioned, as very few have this luxury. When you arrive, the entrance is at the south end of the park, just to the right of the coach park. You have to go up quite a lot of steps to reach the pay kiosk, and unfortunately, there is no shade here, so do remember to bring a cap or hat with you. You can purchase drinks at the gift shop, which is near the stone arch. The main part of the park consists of a circular waterway, and you can have great fun here floating round on a large inflatable ring. These are available everywhere, but if it's so crowded that you can't find one, go to the lifeguard's hut at the north end of the park. It's easy to find as it's surrounded by trees. So, back to the entrance. If you've already changed into your swimwear before you arrive at the park, you may want to head straight to one of our deck chairs in the sunbathing area. To get here, go through the arch and turn right. Walk alongside the circular waterway to the kids' pool, carry on past the shaded picnic ground on your right, and as the footpath bends left, the sunbathing chairs are in a large rectangular area on the right. There are other parts of the park where you can sunbathe, near the changing rooms and around the water slides, but this is the quietest spot. There are 3 pools in the park. The adult pool in the centre is the biggest. On one side of this is the kids' pool, and on the other side is the fountain pool, which is suitable even for non-swimmers. However, don't dive in the pools. This is too dangerous with young children, and for this reason, there are no diving boards in the park. There is a first aid centre on the site if you need it, just north of the water slides, but if you follow all the notices and rules, that shouldn't be necessary. So, have fun.
Okay, guys, did you have fun?
No.
If you got all the answers, you had fun. Okay, anyways. So the park is situated in the area. Which area of the town? No answer?
No answer. أستاذ
my-
ممكن شغلة مرة ثانية؟
Yeah.
لأن ولدي كان
Okay, no
Right.
problem. Yeah, I will do that. No problem.
Track 19.
The Hillside Water Park is an ideal place for anyone who wants to have fun and cool down during the hot summer months. It is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and the enthusiastic staff are ready to help you enjoy your visit. So, how do you get there? The park can be found in the northern part of Sunshine City and sits on a hill directly overlooking the tourist area and beach, which is how it gets its name. If you are staying in one of the local hotels, you can walk to the park, but it will take about half an hour, and of course, it's all uphill. So you may prefer to go by public transport. The local buses will take you there for a small charge, and these run every 15 minutes from the Grand Hotel. The number 45 takes you through the market and then up to the water park. This is a more scenic route and takes a little longer than the number 57 bus, which goes straight along Beach Road, turns left into Cricket Street, and then arrives within 10 minutes at the park entrance. Alternatively, you can take a taxi, and if you are in a group or family, this is probably the best option. However, don't expect your cab to be air-conditioned, as very few have this luxury.
هذه okay.
When you arrive, the entrance is at the south end of the park, just to the right of the coach park. You have to go up quite a lot of steps to reach the pay kiosk, and unfortunately, there is no shade here, so do remember to bring a cap or hat with you. You can purchase drinks at the gift shop, which is near the stone arch. The main part of the park consists of a circular waterway, and you can have great fun here floating round on a large inflatable ring. These are available everywhere, but if it's so crowded that you can't find one, go to the lifeguard's hut at the north end of the park. It's easy to find as it's surrounded by trees. So, back to the entrance. If you've already changed into your swimwear before you arrive at the park, you may want to head straight to one of our deck chairs in the sunbathing area. To get here, go through the arch and turn right. Walk alongside the circular waterway to the kids' pool, carry on past the shaded picnic ground on your right, and as the footpath bends left, the sunbathing chairs are in a large rectangular area on the right. There are other parts of the park where you can sunbathe, near the changing rooms and around the water slides, but this is the quietest spot. There are 3 pools in the park. The adult pool in the centre is the biggest. On one side of this is the kids' pool, and on the other side is the fountain pool, which is suitable even for non-swimmers. However, don't dive in the pools. This is too dangerous with young children, and for this reason, there are no diving boards in the park. There is a first aid centre on the site if you need it, just north of the water slides, but if you follow all the notices and rules, that shouldn't be necessary. So, have fun.
Okay. Now, here, the water park is situated where exactly?
Narrow Park.
Northern
Northern Park.
Okay, now here they said northern part. Okay, now northern part. Now look, here if we wrote northern, so north plus. Now here he said northern part. Now if you say northern part, okay, is it okay northern part area? Is it fine?
اكتبها capital N.
No need for the capital.
And
It's a direction. Only if it is a country, Northern Ireland or something like this, but that's not a country. Now here part is area, okay? So normally you should write only northern. So because I said that we need an adjective here, we need an adjective, north, northern. Okay, northern area or northern part of the town. You should never write northern part because grammar is not respected. So northern area of the town, which is the northern part of Sun City, or I think Sun City, yes, sir. Okay, so this is northern, only northern. Now you can get there on foot, but this takes about
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Great, half an hour. Now if you look at word half an hour, now these are 3 words. Okay, so equals 30 minutes. You can say 30 minutes, no problem. Okay. And here we have, there are buses from the
Grand Hotel.
excellent. Now, Grand Hotel. Now, and I told you that because this is a name of a hotel, it should be capitalized. Now, if you did not capitalize Grand Hotel, means that you're gonna get 0. Okay. Now, the most direct is she talked about
70, 57, 57.
yes, excellent. So we have 54. Well, that's more of a scenic road. That's what she said. So the number 57. So I think she said it goes straight forward or straight to the market or something like this. Okay. Now taxis are available, but they are not
Jane,
air conditioned. Okay. Now they do not have an air conditioner. They are not air conditioned. And here we use an adjective simply because here we have available is an adjective. Taxis are available, but, and this is coordinated conjunction. So normally you should give the same thing after the verb to be. So here we have an adjective, and here after the verb to be, we must have an adjective. So it's air conditioned. Okay, good. Then for this map, oops, oh my God, what's going on? Okay. Now for this map, we have 6. What do you think 6 is?
F.
F. Now this, yeah, this is the coach park. Great. Okay. Number 7.
I think P.
Lifeguard hut.
Yeah, it's a lifeguard. Excellent. Ahsan. So it's the lifeguard's hut. Okay. And number 8.
D.
D. Yeah, the sunbathing area. Great. Number 9.
D. لا
Yeah,
الأدل
the adult pool. Yes, the adult pool. Now this is, which letter is this?
H.
H. Okay. The adult pool. And number 10.
First aid center.
First aid center. Very good. Okay, now this is the C. Now that's the first aid center. Okay. Now, can you tell me about your scores, guys?
1 2 3 4 5 5 مع أخطاء إملائية.
Yani, what do you mean? Yani, you have 5 correct answers, but you have spelling mistakes in these answers?
air conditioned كتبت ما كتبت air conditioned.
Oh, okay. Air conditioned because it's an adjective. Now that's why you have to pay attention on the day of the exam, and you need to decide on the type of the word, So here, the type of word, it must be an adjective. So that's why you need to pay attention. Okay. And what about these? Khawla, you got them.
لأن ولدي يصيح.
Yeah, I heard that. Okay. What about you guys? Hassan. I think Hassan has left. Rama.
Yes, I have mistakes.
How many? How many did you say?
3 mistakes.
3 mistakes. So you have 7 correct answers. Mumtaz. Abdurrahman.
2.5.
Huh?
2.5.
How many?
2.5.
What do you mean by 2.5? There's something like 2.5. كيف 2 ونص؟ النص هذا من وين جبته؟
Because I wrote hotel only.
Hotel. It's not a half, it's a 0. Okay, there is nothing like half in the listening. So it's either correct or wrong. Okay. You have 2 mistakes? You mean 2 mistakes only?
No, 3.
3 mistakes. So you got 7 correct answers, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, we move on. Okay, now what are we going to do? So I'm going to give you a test. Okay, we are left with maybe half an hour. So we're going to do a test on sections 1 and 2. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, just give me a second. I need to find the listening. So it's number 2. Sorry, machine space. What is this? Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Okay. Okay, can you see this listening test, guys? It's about the short story competition. That's what you can see on the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. Now here we have no more than 2 words and or a number. Okay. Now this is a short story competition. And here you're going to do section 1 and section 2 without me stopping playing the recording. Okay. Now here we have the cost of entry. That's £5. Now this is given as an example. The length of the story approximately. Now what do we need here?
Number.
Number of what?
The time.
Story. Length of the story. So if you want to write a story, so it should be counted in words, right? The number of words, approximately, okay. The story include what? A something. What do we need? Now here is said number. I will write number. And then here it must include a. We need the number. We need the noun. Sorry. Ism. We don't know what the noun is here. Now the minimum age.
Number.
Number. So okay, age is given in number. And the last entry date, it's the first. What do we need?
كمان number.
No, the first of
Month.
what? Yeah, we need
Month.
the name of a month. Okay, good. Then the web address. Now this is an address, web address that it starts with www and at the end we have .com. Okay, and don't. Well, that's something that you shouldn't do. So here don't, and here what do we need?
Verb.
Verb. Yeah. So don't do something. So it must be a verb. The story to the organizers. And then we have, these are called short answer questions. So complete the sentence below, no more than 2 words for each blank. Judging and prize details. Now the competition is judged by, what do you think we need here?
A team.
Yeah, maybe, okay, people. So maybe a team. Okay, good. And the top 5 stories will be available. Where can you find them?
Website, maybe.
Maybe on the website. Okay, maybe. The top story will be chosen by the
شخص.
yes,
people.
okay, people. Yes, okay. And the first prize is
اللي
the prize.
اللي فوقه number 8 maybe library ولا مكان.
Maybe on the library. Yeah, okay. And don't forget here that we have this online. Sorry, we have here, what do we have? Yeah, we have this www. Yeah, so it's a website.
Okay.
And the first prize is a place at a writer's shop in, what are we looking for here? So it's a place at a writer's shop in, yeah, so name of a place or name of a country. We don't know. Okay, number 2, what is it about? So here we have no more than 3 words. So this is the Sea Life Center information. What was the Sea Life Center previously called? So now it is the Sea Life Center, but before it had a different name. Okay, so here we're looking for a name. What is the newest attraction called? So there is a new attraction. The name of the attraction. What is it called? And when the main feeding time. When is the main feeding time? So what time do they feed animals or the main? Okay. And you can do the VIP ticket. What can you do with a VIP ticket? So you can do something here. No more than 3 words. And then what special event? Now there is an event. Will the Sea Life Center arrange for you? So they will arrange an event for you. What is it? And there will be where will the petition for animal conservation be sent to? Now there is a petition that will be sent, كما تقول التماس petition for animal conservation to protect animals. Where will it be sent to? Okay, we need a place. And what can you use to test what you have learned? So what can you use to test what you have learned? So what can you use to test what you have learned? It could be a test, or I don't know. Okay. And then here we have choose 3 answers from the box and write the correct letters A to E next to questions 18. Here we have aquarium, crocodile cave, penguin park, we have the seal center, and we have the turtle town. Here, must not miss. What mustn't you miss? Is it the aquarium, the crocodile cave, penguin park, the seal center, the turtle town? And here, temporarily closed. Now, there's something which is temporarily closed. What is it? Temporarily يعني مؤقت. And then we have large queues. Large queues. Where can you find them? Okay, so you choose letters A to E. Okay. Are you ready to listen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. No, that's number 1. Okay, let me look for the audio. I think 39 is number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Recording 39. You will hear a telephone conversation between the organizer of a park run and a woman.
No, that's not this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Recording 43.
You will hear a telephone conversation between the organizer of a short story.
Okay, there we go. Okay, guys. So I don't know. If you have a notebook or grab a piece of paper, a pen, and write the numbers 1 to 10, and then 10 to 20. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Recording 43.
You will hear a telephone conversation between the organizer of a short story competition and someone who wishes to take part in the competition. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6.
Good morning, Dave speaking.
Oh, hi. I'm phoning about a short story competition. I saw an advert in a magazine and I was just calling to get some details.
Yes, certainly. I'm the competition organizer, so I should be able to help. What kind of details are you looking for?
Well, does it cost anything to enter?
Yes, there's an entry fee of £5.
Okay, that should be fine. It's a short story competition, so how many words is that?
Well, we want to give people a reasonable amount of freedom, but the guidelines are around 3,000 words.
Oh, that sounds quite a lot.
Well, it's not as much as it used to be. We did have a limit of 5,000 words, but some people thought that was too many. So this year we've reduced it.
Right. And does the story need to be about anything in particular?
No, you can write about any topic you like. But the main point of the competition is that it has to have a surprise ending.
Oh, I see. That sounds interesting. I don't think I've ever written a story like that before.
Yes, it's something we've introduced for this year's competition.
Right. I'm 18. Is there any age limit?
Yes, you need to be 16 or over. So if you're 18, that's fine.
Great. So you have the competition once a year, is that right?
Yes, we start advertising in January, and the competition takes up a lot of the year. We give people a few months to write their story, and then it takes quite a long time to judge all the entries and to announce the winners.
I see. So when is the closing date for the competition? It's already April. I hope I'm not too late.
No, you've still got plenty of time. You need to submit your entry by the 1st of August. After then, it will be too late. Although you can always enter next year's competition.
Okay, good. So how do I enter?
Well, we have a website, and the best way to enter is to complete the entry form online. We also have more details of the competition on the site. Shall I give you the web address?
Yes, please.
Okay, it's www.comp4ss.com, and that's the number 4, not the word 4.
Okay, thanks. I've got that. So I can complete the entry form online, but how do I send the story? Do I print it out and send it to you?
Well, you may want to print the story out so you can review it, but don't post it to us. When you've finished your story, you will need to email it to us. The email address is on the website I gave you.
Okay, that's fine.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you will have some time to look at the questions 7 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Can you tell me a bit about how the competition is judged and what the prizes are?
Yes, of course. Well, once we have all the entries, I send them to all the judges. Our competition is quite popular, so we are lucky to be able to use famous authors who are very interested in the competition.
That's fantastic. It's great to know that someone famous will be reading my story.
Yes, that's right. It takes them quite a while to read through the entries, but eventually they decide on the top 5 stories.
I see. And what happens then?
Well, they will be published online so everyone can read them. They will not be in any order at this point. They will just be the 5 stories that the judges think are the best.
And do all the top 5 stories get prizes?
No, it's just the top story and the runner-up.
So how is the top story decided?
Well, once the top 5 stories are available, it will be the public who will vote for their favourite story.
Right, I see. So I need to get all my friends to vote for me then?
Yes, that's a good idea.
And what is the prize?
Well, the runner-up gets a prize of £300, but the winner gets a trip to Spain to attend a workshop for writers.
Wow, that's brilliant. I'd better get writing straight away.
Yes. Good luck.
Thanks.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now, on the actual day, they will give you 30 seconds to check your answers. And you cannot check them simply because you're not going to listen to the recording again. Now, what should you do with the 30 seconds? You should go to section number 2, okay, and try to preview the questions. Now, that's what you need to do, okay? Because at the end of the test, they will give you 10 minutes to transfer your answers from.
Now turn to section 2.
From this exam paper onto the answer sheet. Okay, so it's only then when you need to pay attention, to punctuation, sorry, not punctuation, to spelling, okay, capitalization. So it's only that. So, but now, as I said, the 30 seconds, you should devote them to previewing the next section, which is section 2. Okay, so let's have a listen to section 2.
Recording 44.
You will hear a guide talking about a sea life centre. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 17.
Okay, so hi everybody and welcome to the Sea Life Centre. Before you start on your tour, I'd just like to give you some information about things to look out for as you go. Well, first of all, I guess some of you may have been here before and may be surprised to see the name has changed. We're not called World of Water anymore. Since the beginning of this summer, we've been renamed, and we've also made a few other changes. However, the main attractions like the aquarium, the crocodiles, the penguins and so on are still here. But we have a new restaurant and picnic area, and the latest thing that we have, and it was only finished last week, is the splash ride. This is an exciting new area of the centre and is pretty scary, and of course you do get a bit wet, so make sure you're not wearing your best clothes. As I said, the main attractions are still here, and the most popular thing that everyone wants to see is feeding time, especially for the crocodiles and the seals. We used to have the main feeding time in the afternoon at around 3 p.m. But we found that some of the animals got a bit hungry waiting until then, and so we now have it at noon. They seem much happier with the new time, although it's a bit difficult to know what they're thinking. Now, I'd like to mention something new that we've introduced this year that we're very excited about. It's called a VIP ticket. The VIP ticket costs an extra £2 per person, and you will be amazed at what it allows you to do. With this, you'll be allowed to feed the sharks. Now, I know that for some people, this might be quite a frightening thing to do, but it is perfectly safe. For those of you who are a bit unsure, we do have a video you can watch to see what happens. It's a great experience, and your friends will be very impressed. Speaking of friends, I'd just like to remind you that the Sea Life Centre will be more than happy to organise a birthday party for you and your family and friends. If you need more details, you can speak to me afterwards, and there are also forms at the entrance that you can fill in. I'd also like to bring your attention to the good work that the Sea Life Centre is doing in support of animal conservation. I'm sure you're all aware of the worrying situation with a large number of species facing extinction. Here at the Sea Life Centre, we're taking action by asking as many people as possible to sign a petition. Once we have over 5,000 signatures, we are planning to send it to the government in the hope that more people will begin to take it seriously. Right, Well, there's obviously a lot going on at the centre and a lot of things to discover. At all the attractions, there is helpful information, so please read as much as you can, and if you want to see what you've remembered, please do the quiz after your visit. There are no prizes, of course, but I'm sure you'll be surprised by how much you've learnt.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you will have some time to look at the questions 18 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 18 to 20.
So, before I leave you all to start your tour, I've just got a few tips. There are a large number of attractions, and you may not have time to see them all. Of course, there are the old favourites like the aquarium and the crocodile cave, but if you don't have time to see everything, make sure you visit Turtle Town, which is beyond the aquarium and the seal centre. This is very special and has a large number of endangered species, and as it's at the far corner of the Sea Life Centre, it often gets overlooked. I also have to apologise for the Penguin Park. This has needed some urgent work to be done, and so will not be open for the next week. We're very sorry about this, but I'm sure you'll find the Seal Centre, which is directly opposite it, will keep you entertained just as much, if not more. We're also very busy today, as you may have noticed on your way in. Everyone starts here at the aquarium, but as it's so big, there's no waiting to get in. But today, we're expecting a lot of people to want to see the crocodile cave, as a couple of eggs have hatched out. So expect delays there and, if you like, move on to the Seal Centre first and then go back when things are quieter towards the end of the day. So, I'll leave you now, but if you have any questions, I won't be far away, and have a great time at the Sea Life Centre.
Okay, guys.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Difficult or easy? Huh?
Huh?
Is this easy or difficult?
Easy.
Easy. Okay. Now, length of the story. How many words?
3,000 words.
Okay. Now you need to read 3,000 to write 3,000 and words.
Words.
Okay.
With S.
Yes. Not cows. Okay.
Now turn to section 3.
Okay. And then the story must include what?
Surprised.
Very good. Yeah. Surprise what?
Surprise ending.
Excellent. Now it must include a surprise ending or surprising, whatever. Okay, surprise ending. And then for number 3, the minimum age should be
over 16.
Over.
Yeah, 16 or over 16.
16 on or
Okay,
over.
16 over. Okay, the minimum 16. Now last entry date is the 1st of
August.
August. Okay, good. And the web address.
COMP4.
Yeah, this is means competition for and SS. Okay, great. And
Post.
then don't post. Okay, good. Now, did you get them all right? All of them? Okay, good.
Yes.
Now here, the competition is judged by famous
person.
Famous authors. Okay. If you didn't, okay, I have a spelling mistake here. Oh, famous authors. Okay, you can write. Alternatively, you can use famous writers. Okay, it's okay, no problem.
عادي نكتب بس famous.
No, famous what? Because here I told you that the content word is the most important. So here we need a person. So it is a writer. Okay, but here they specify not any writer, only famous. So this is why both are required. So famous authors, or you can say famous writers.
Writer.
Now the top 5 stories will be available
Online.
online. And then the top story will be chosen by the
Vote.
public.
Public. بعدين قال vote.
No, oh, yeah, will be voted. It will be
قال
chosen.
public.
Yeah, by the public. Okay. Now the first prize is a place at a writer's workshop in Spain. Very good. Yeah, so in Spain. Okay. Now this is the first part. So if your answers are like this, just give yourself 10 marks, or you can deduct 1 mark from each incorrect answer. Now, what was the sea life center previously called?
ما لقيتها.
Water World, right?
Yeah, water.
Yes, I think it's water because it's a name. You have to capitalize it. Water World. And then, what is the newest attraction called?
Splash ride.
Splash ride.
Yeah, the splash ride. Okay, great. And then, when is the main feeding time?
Around
3 p.m. بعدين قال noon.
Yeah, it was in the afternoon, so now at noon. Now, what can you do with a VIP or VIP ticket?
Feed the shark.
Yes, excellent. Yes, so feed. How many words? No more than 3 words. Okay, feed the
Feed
sharks.
shark.
No, because here they said 3, no problem. The is a word. So feed the sharks or feeding sharks. No problem. Okay. Now, what special event will the Sea Life Center arrange for you? It's a birthday party. Okay, mumtaz. So birthday party. And then where will be the petition? Where will the petition be sent for?
Government.
حكومة. زين. And then what can you use to test what you have learned? Quiz. Yeah, so a quiz or quiz, no problem. Okay.
ما شاء الله.
عندي
شفتني كيف شاطرة.
هلا بتحسدي نفسك. Something that you mustn't miss.
وين راح؟ E,
yeah, the Turtle Town. Okay, now Turtle Town. And the something which is temporarily closed.
C.
Yeah, it is the penguin. Yeah, sorry. Look, if you write Turtle Town, you will get 0. Now it must be E. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was my mistake. Okay, and then temporarily closed.
C.
Yeah, that's the Penguin Park. And large queues.
B.
Yeah, Crocodile Cave. Now this is B. Okay. Now, I don't know. Were you successful?
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 حلو 12 13
أنا عندي 5 mistakes.
15 5 يعني 15
تقريبا 17 لا لحظة 1
drama 15, which is great. Okay, so because when you score 23 correct answers, you will be at band 6. Okay, now 15. Hassan, sorry, Abdurrahman, how much did you get?
I got 3 wrong.
Wallah, mashallah alayk, Abdurrahman. Okay, so it means 17. And Khawla?
16.
You got 16. Okay.
في املاء السبيلنج ميستيكس ما حسبته.
Yeah, you should not count.
جاوبته صح. جاوبته صح بس ما.
Yeah, if you have spelling mistakes, you should not count them. Okay, bye. That's a good score now. 15 out of 20. And you still have to be 2 sections. I mean, section 3 and 4. And I told you that if you want to get band 6, so you have to score 23. You get 23 correct answers. Okay, now that's fine. Okay, so here normally if you carry on, if you complete sections 3 and 4, so you're likely to get maybe band 7 or 7.5, which is cool. Okay, so because we have just started and you still have a lot of time to engage into meaningful practice. But do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Yalla, thank you very much, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, bye guys.
tomorrow أستاذ ما عنا بكرة صح؟
No, we have. Tomorrow is Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
Yeah, if you want to take a day off, no problem. I have no problem. Yeah, if you want to take tomorrow off, I have no problem. You want to take it off?
Me? No, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay then. Okay, yalla, take care and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Bye bye. Allah يسلمك.
Allah يسلمك.